A site near Gloucester is cut off by floodwater.
While others flooded earlier in the week start the clean-up. The details next. Hello and welcome to Thursday's programme with David Wood and me, Kylie Pentalow.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. Many communities across Gloucestershire are still partially cut off tonight because of flooding.
Despite river levels dropping today, residents in Longford and Maysmore still face difficulties getting around and have been bolstering their flood defences in case the water levels rise again. To nearby Maysmore now, where homes are also cut off and vehicles have become stranded. Householders there have been protecting their homes from the floodwater.
There are fears that although levels have fallen, as Max said, they could rise again when the rainfall from the last few days works down the River Severn and Caergwyn is much.
And this evening there are still 13 flood warnings in place in Gloucestershire, 17 in Dorset, 4 in Wiltshire and 1 in Somerset at Curry Moor. You can find the latest.
Well, let's move on to other news now. And friends of teenage murder victim Ellie Gould say her life might have been saved if she'd known basic self-defence skills.
Ellie was just 17 when she was killed by her ex-boyfriend in Caen. Her friends have started taking lessons themselves and are now leading a campaign to get self-defence taught in our schools. Karen Bell reports. Karen, thank you very much.
Now you're watching ITV News here in the West Country with David and Kylie. Thanks for joining us this evening. Still plenty more to come before 6:30, including our shorter...
And the ITV News continues with the national and international headlines at 6:30. Lucrezia Millarini has your details.
But before that, residents in Bath say their lives are being disrupted by homeowners renting out online their properties to large groups, including hen and stag do's.
Over the last decade, thousands of homeowners have cashed in on spare rooms and properties, renting them out using websites.
Well, this evening's ITV's Tonight programme looks at the most successful Airbnb, which is now worth more than £30 billion, but could be contributing to housing shortages and property price rises in places like Bath. Derek Johnson has this report. No.
It's true, and I do feel told off. Sorry. Well, anyway, let's move on before I get told off again. To the 17-year-old conservationist from Somerset who's become the youngest British person to be awarded an honorary degree. Maya Rose Craig was awarded her doctorate at the University of Bristol, and amongst those backing her was naturalist Chris Packham. Katie Rowlett has this report. OK, Charlie, thank you very much. Now, just before we go, here's a reminder of the main headline here in the West Country this evening. Many communities across Gloucestershire. And that's it from the two of us this evening. David is back with the late news. That's at 10:30. That's my evening sorted then. I hope you can join me for that. Now, though, of course, we'll hand you to the ITV Evening News team, headed up by Lucrezia Millarini this evening. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Good afternoon. Small businesses in the region say they're having to adapt to try to survive the second lockdown. OK, now it's time to take a look at the region's weather forecast now with Charlie. And that's all from the lunchtime team for now. I'm back at 6 with John T. I hope you can join us both then. But from all of us here, bye-bye. Hello, Gus. Hi, I'm Kylie.
I've come to see him to find out more.
So glaucoma is a sight. What often happens is that the brain fills in the bits that are missing. Here's somebody with normal vision, but then if they appear, the brain is almost too clever. And it just, sometimes they just dislike putting drops in their eye every day and being reminded of their disease. The laser treatment, once it's worked, the pressure's lower and their nerves are healthier and hopefully their vision's preserved for that time.
How are you feeling then?
Apprehensive.
Yeah?
As you do.
Why do you want it?
I've used drops for about 2 or 3 years, not really getting on well, a few side effects, and I thought, well, go for the laser.
And I understand you're a bit of
I'd
a...
like to get my eyesight a little bit better so I could play better.
Yeah, so you can hit that bullseye.
Hit the bullseye, hit something, hit the board. Sometimes it's just hit the board.
To cover the whole 360 degrees of the circular, he'll go and sit and have a cup of tea and just relax. Last couple of shots, Tony, and then we're done.
Phil.
Painless.